Hey everybody. Wednesday night. How's everybody doing? Getting myself together here before I bring it down. Good evening, everybody. Let me pull it up here. Let you. I'm going to leave this up for a second because I'm going to talk about a few things. So I'm just going to leave this up. Hopefully, all of you can hear me well. So far, I see Angelo. I see Roger. Roger, you threw me for a loop. ACDC. That's not tonight. This is Guns N' Roses and Metallica. ACDC versus Kiss is next week. And you threw me for a loop there when you said that. I was like, whoa, am I doing the wrong thing? But no, you're right. So, I'm right. Not you. I'm right. All right. So, this is what we got going on. We got ACDC versus Guns N' Roses tonight. And next week, we're going to have Kiss versus ACDC Back in Black. I think voting has closed for that. I think the only thing voting is left open on is Ozzy Osbourne, Diary of a Madman against um, Blizzard of Oz, and I don't have that here. And I'm going to have a video coming out. It'll probably come out tomorrow for Bat Out of Hell. I'm back here for Bat Out of Hell. I felt like I should do a tribute video for Meatloaf, and I got some of you guys' input in on that about what your favorite songs was off of the Bat Out of Hell album. And so I filmed that yesterday, edited it up today, and so that will be going out on that'll be going out tomorrow. So me look at the comments here. I see everybody. I see Kiss posters. Good to see you. I see Nick. I see Sublime. I see Roger Bennett, Armand, 1972. I see all of you guys. And good to see you. Angelo was saying earlier in his best Paul Stanley voice, hello, people. How you doing? Speaking of Paul Stanley, I put a survey up on my social media saying that I've got a real good lip syncing catch video that somebody sent me. And it was just, I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know if I should put it out or if like people had seen too much of me doing stuff like that. You know, my top 5 videos of all time are all lip syncing videos. And I'm like, can I get a number 6? Can I get a number 6 video? And so I didn't know exactly what to do. So I sent it out to you guys going, hey, what should I do? Should I make a video about lip syncing or not and just let it go? And there was the people that said, nah, dude, let it go. Some people said, that it's being petty and that, I should let it go. I'm still not going to convince them otherwise. And then a lot of you said, yeah, dude, put it out. I would love to see it. Um, so, so I did it. I shot it yesterday and I've got to finish editing it up. I'll probably put it on the channel on Friday evening. So I'll be tomorrow looking for Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell video. And then Friday be looking for Paul Stanley lip syncing. I got him this time. I got him for sure this time. Not really much explaining away from this one. I got him this time on this one. So that's the next thing. I wanted to talk a little bit about current events before we get into this. I found out that, and this next part that I'm going to be talking about is not sponsored. It's not endorsed. They know that I'm doing it, but it's not sponsored by this festival. But I told them that I was going to be talking about it because I think this is really cool. If you live in the East Coast area, anywhere around Nashville, Tennessee, I don't know if you've heard about it or not, but coming to Nashville, Tennessee, is, let's see if I can get it to come up. It's Creatures Fest. Creatures Fest. And I'm not making fun of it. I just always hear that wrestling Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Big trucks, wrestling, Creatures Fest. I really like this. I think it's creaturesfest.com. I'm going to be in Nashville May the 27th and the 29th. And from what I've seen on their website, the hotel's already sold out. Tickets are still available. And this who's going to be there, guys. Check this out. This who's going to be there. Ace Frehley's going to be there. Vinnie Vincent's going to be there. Bruce Kulick's going to be there. Enough's Enough. Vixen, Quiet Riot, Trickster, John Corabi, Pretty Boy Floyd, Quarantine, and Roar, and I've never heard of that. Roar, Rozak. I mean, sorry, I've never heard that. I think I've heard the name. But here's tickets information. I know that's kind of hard to see, so you have to just I'm going to kind of lean in so I can look. It looks like a 3-day ticket or a day ticket or something is $75, and then you can get different packages there. I was hoping that'd be bigger on the screen, but it's not that big. So yeah, so if you're interested, May 27th through the 29th, I can't go. I've had people ask me if I can go. I can't go. I will be on a cruise that week. So I will actually be out of the country. I will not be here the last week of May. But yeah, Creatures Fest. It's creaturesfest.com. Sure, check that out. And that's who's going to be there. Ace Frehley, Vinnie Vincent, Bruce Kulick. Man, that's worth it right there. That right there is just worth it. I'd love to see Ace. I'd love to see Bruce. I'd love to see Vinnie. I'd love to get an interview with Vinnie. I have tried and tried and tried and tried. And I'm going to keep chipping away at Mr. Vincent until maybe he'll give me an interview someday. But yeah, so definitely check out Creatures Fest if you're interested in that at all. And oh yeah, they also have meet and greets. I had another thing down here, and I'm like, what's this? It's meet and greets. So there's the meet and greet prices. So you can do an Ace Frehley meet and greet for $295, and you get those things there. You get a picture and a signed thing, a signed poster. Vinnie Vincent meet and greet for $295. Bruce Kulick meet and greet for $295. And then if you go on the website and look, they actually have some combinations where you can get Ace Frehley, Vinnie Vincent, and Bruce Kulick, I think, for kind of combined together, and you get it at a discounted price. So, man, I tell you what, if I was not going to be, in out of the country, I'd be going to that. I definitely would be going to that. I'm planning to go into Rockin' Pod in Nashville in August. So if you're I'll be talking about that more as we go along. So if you've never been to Rockin' Pod, I know that a lot of people go, like Ralph Vieira goes, Kimji Chris goes. There's a bunch of other people that goes, and I've never even been. And I'm going to try to go not only as a spectator, but have a booth where I'm giving out stickers and pins and have a little TV there showing my channel and just try to, get some energy going about and get a lot more exposure to the channel. So that's in August. So it's quite a while, quite a way away, 6 months or so. But it'll be here before we know it. But that's the Rockin' Podcast in Nashville, and I'll be talking more of that as it goes along. But so Armand, let's see, Paul Sanders before he's been shot. Let's see. Heard of Creatures Fest? Yep. And it's like I said, it's Bruce Kulick Bands kicks ass. It does. He does. Good band. John B. Good finally got to see Vinnie shred on video. We finally see Vinnie shred on video, or he have no videotaping rule? How would you enforce that though? I have heard that Vinnie can still. I've heard that Vinnie can still shred like he used to, and I think. I know people like Nina, who's been on my show before. She's real good friends with Vinnie, and she's been to a lot of the meets that Vinnie does, and she's met Vinnie, and I've heard that Vinnie even watches my videos. So hey, Vinnie, if you're watching this video, that she's been there and she's seen him shred. She's talked about it. I'm hoping to have her back in another video leading up to Creatures Fest. Like I said, I'm not getting paid by them or endorsed by them or sponsored or nothing. I just think it's something cool for the Kiss community because there's 3 people from Kiss there, man. There's Ace, there's Bruce, there's Vinny, and then there's all those other bands there too. So um, I think that I think that it's worth it. I mean, $75 a day ticket as to pick your day that you want to go or to get the whole thing. Even those meet and greets, that's not ridiculous. I mean, $295. That's to meet and get a picture and get an autograph and stuff like that. It's not ridiculous in these days and times. It used to be a whole lot cheaper. It used to be you got that stuff for free if you just hung out long enough. But I understand, these guys have to make a living too. So so Creatures Fest, check that out. It's creaturesfest.com, I believe, and you can check that out. After this video, I do want to say a quick hello and thank you to my Patreon subscribers, my current Patreon subscribers who help support the channel. Their names are going across the bottom, and they'll go across the bottom for a good bit of the video. They support on different levels, and for their support, they get early access to videos. They get videos that haven't been cut. They get hangouts. They can hang out. We usually do one hangout a month where we just hang out for a couple hours and talk and watch videos or do whatever. Last month I put my Kiss puzzle together that's on the back of the Kiss cards. So want to say thank you to those guys and gals. Also, thank you to those of you who have been using my Amazon affiliate links. I've already saw a jump in my in the commission or whatever you want to call it, the tip that they give you for the referral fee. I think that's what they call it. But yeah, so those of you, I've already had some of you tell me that you're going to bookmark it, that you're going to use it, and I've already seen people using it, and that's really great. I get 1% of whatever it is that you purchase, and I can't see I can't see who you are or anything like that. I just see that this sale came in for this much, and your commission is this much, and it's usually like 1%. Sometimes some items I think it's 3%, but it all depends on what it is and the price and stuff like that. But every little bit helps because, like I've said in the past, yeah, everyone hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the videos, all that YouTube-y stuff that YouTube likes to put stuff in the algorithm. And but yeah, every little bit helps. The streaming software costs about $30 a month. The survey software costs about $600 a year. And then I'm constantly having to, upgrade my laptop or upgrade my cameras. I just bought some lights. And so it's an ongoing cost and expense. And I don't like for it to come out of my pocket to do it as often as I do. If I didn't do as many live videos, I wouldn't need the streaming software. And if I didn't do as many surveys as I do, I wouldn't need the survey software. So there is increased expense due to how often I post videos, weekly, sometimes more than weekly, doing a live every week. Most channels never do lives. And so the fact that I do one live every week pretty much on a standing day is, it takes time. It takes time to prepare. It takes time to write these scripts. And, and I appreciate each and every one of you that come in and hang out and go to those different things. And so if you feel moved to participate in Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/in-my-head, or down in the description of this video, once I get done with it, there'll be a link to any of my YouTube stuff. And I also am now doing not YouTube, but my Amazon stuff. My link not only works in United States, but I also have a link that works in Canada for you Canadians, and one that works in the United Kingdom for my friends across the pond. And I'm blessed enough to have a bunch of friends all over the place, and I appreciate every one of you. All right, so let's get into this track versus track. Metallica, the Black Album, versus Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. I will tell you this, that Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, I'm going to open my flavored water here. Yes, flavored water. Um, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction is hands down my favorite album of all time. It's my favorite album of all time. Guns N' Roses is not my favorite band. Kiss is not even my favorite band. Kiss is like number two right there. Like it's Typo Negative, Kiss, and then Guns N' Roses, and then everybody else when it comes to me. And but the Appetite for Destruction album, I don't know of you who were around when it came out. I think a lot of you were. A lot of you, I think, are the age where you were around in '87 when Appetite for Destruction came out, and there had never been an album that sounded like that album. There's not quite been an album that has sounded like it since. Even Guns N' Roses themselves did not make another album that sounded as raw and dangerous and just so full of pissed off energy uh, as uh, as Guns N' Roses did. They never were able to recapture. Now, don't get me wrong, they made good albums after that, and we'll be going over Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. We'll be definitely going over those. Um, but they never recaptured what they did with Guns N' Roses with Appetite for Destruction. It was it was lightning in a bottle, and it was magic. And the album from front to back, from the very opening note, the guitar note of Welcome to the Jungle, all the way to the final snare hit at the end of Rocket Queen. And everywhere in between, it is a masterpiece, in my opinion. There is not one bad song on it. There are songs I like better than others. There are songs that has been worn down on me more than others. But would I throw away any track on this album? No, I would not. So, so Roger says he was 17 in '87. In '87, yeah, I was 18. I was 18 when this album came out. I just graduated high school, and and I have wore this album out. I wore out the tape, the cassette tape. I wore out many because this was just before. I remember the very first CD player I ever had, and I know you older people probably remember this. Younger people's probably gonna be like, "What? No way!" The first CD player I ever had that went in my car cost $400. It was $400 to put a CD player in your car. You can put a CD player in your car now for $50. And now CD players are kind of becoming a thing of the past. They don't put CD players in cars anymore. But I had a cassette player and cassette. I wore this cassette out. I think I actually broke a cassette, wear it out because it would play constantly. It was the for the whole summer of '87 and into the fall and probably into the winter. It was the soundtrack of my life. I listened to it every single day. Did I pick every song off of it? No, I didn't. I did not. I remember when the Black Album came out. I'm going to show my age here, and some of you guys probably remember this. I went and camped out to get the Black Album. Record Bar opened at midnight. It was either Record Bar or it was Camelot Music. I can't remember. It might have been Camelot Music. But Camelot Music or Record Bar, one or the other, had where they put it on sale at midnight. You didn't just go online and start streaming it. No, you had to go down and you had to get in line to purchase it. And that was the cool thing about growing up, that some of the kids these days, they miss so much. They miss, for us to be such a social media, for a social country and world, we don't hang out anymore. We hang out virtually, or we just look at each other's pictures and words on a screen. But I remember some of my best memories coming up when I was a teenager and in my early 20s was it was before the internet, it was before streaming, it was before music downloads, it was before all that. And to get tickets, you went and you either called in called in on the phone, or you went down because you was going to get a busy signal, and you went down and got in line and you talked to people that was there to get the same thing you were. So if you were there to get the Metallica album, you were surrounded by Metallica fans. If you were there waiting on tickets for a Kiss concert or for a Rat concert or Motley Crue concert, you were surrounded by fans. It was great. It was like a club. And that doesn't happen anymore, and it's so sad. It really is sad that I tell my kids about that, and I'm like, you really don't understand how what you missed out on that we got to experience, and it was so great. Um, so I went and I hung out for the camp out for the Black Album, got the Black Album, listened to it in my car without even leaving the parking lot, listened to it in my car. There was people that had it on in their cars in the parking lot, in the mall parking lot, and people were jamming it. And the hangout continued. I remember getting home like 3, 4 in the morning and then having to go to work like 3 or 4 hours later. It was great. It was amazing. Um, but I've listened to, I haven't, I admit, I've not listened to the Black Album in a very long time. So when I started listening to it a couple weeks ago, I was like, I was looking at the names on the album, the names of the songs, and I was like, how does that go? How did that go? Now I can look on the back of Guns N' Roses album, and I know by heart how those songs went. And but Metallica, I was looking at, and I was like, other than the hits, other than the songs that you always hear on the radio, I was having a hard time remembering the songs that you don't hear on the radio very often. Songs like "Through the Never" of Wolf and Man, "The God That Failed," "Don't Tread on Me." "Don't Tread on Me," I kind of remembered a little bit. Um, so I was just like, so I had to kind of reintroduce myself to this album. And I'm not trying to give my picks away too much, but I found that I don't really know if I enjoy this album. I mean, it still kicks ass, don't get me wrong. But I just don't know if I enjoy this album as much as a 52-year-old as I did as a 20-something-year-old when it came out. I think I was in my early 20s. So that's just my take on the two albums, okay, before we get into it. See, I hear you guys saying everybody's tapes wore out for that album. Campouts ruled. Great times. I miss those days. John B. Good said going to the mall on the music store day released a huge album. Was fun back in the day. I waited in line for 2 hours to get Use Your Illusion. Yeah, I waited in line to get Use Your Illusion too, also. Please don't hate me, but Appetite was an album I'm not crazy about. I like it a lot though. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. That is awesome. Love Jason Newsted. Jason Newsted was awesome. He never quite got the credit he deserved in Metallica, I don't think. All right, so I'm going to talk about you, the panel. We had 44 on this one. 44. Good, solid panel. Good, solid panel. I will tell you that the panel between Black Sabbath, not Black Sabbath, but the panel between AC/DC and Kiss, the one that's coming up next week, has over 80 people on it. 80. And I'm like, thank God I've got my survey software. Because to do it the old way, where I can't just aggregate all these votes together and it spits it out for me, man, I tell you, I would not want to have done it. I definitely would not. So we have, how many did I say? 44 on this panel, including me. So here we are. Going to talk about you guys. In my head, me, George Savastino, Vanessa. Good to see you, Vanessa. Michael Avant, Hard Rock Reverie, Dark Light, Ted Lastinger, Austin, DP, Tommy J, Angelo Scanzelli, Rakesh, Joel Peg, Toast, LJ, Lore, Mariah Tomasian, David King, Kevin, Roger Bennett, John Steinheimer, Armand 1972, Jason Reiner, Jason M, Deuceman 65, Trey Robinson, Rye Guy, Nick Mustang or Stain Driver, Nick Avalantis, Jersey Joe, Michael Denker, Brett Parker, Raven FM, Tom Tobin, Tony F. Corpse from Postmodern Superstar, Sublime 130, AJ Reeves, Les Wadley, Wendy Tipton, Eddie Thompson, Thomas Hubner, Wolfsbane, Mick C, Dwight Manning, and Kanan Haywood. So that is the panel. That is the panel. All right. There's my boy, AJ. What's up, AJ? Had Appetite on vinyl. Wish I still did. Yeah, and I saw like where they redid it, and it's like in a silver kind of looking case now, and it's real expensive. I think it's like $80. And I've saw it a couple times, and every time I've passed it by, but the next time I see it, I'm buying it. I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. It's like the re-release. Angelo says he got the box set for Appetite. That was bad. That thing, I wished I would have got that box set. That box set was bad. So whenever you guys vote in, I always put your names in a thing, and in a wheel of names. Always put your names in a wheel of names, and I then let it randomly pick one of you. And the one that it randomly picked tonight is Sublime 130. So Sublime, we'll be talking about your picks today as well as my picks. Talking about your picks as well. All right, so there's 12 tracks, so let's go ahead and get into it. We'll be here all night. Let's see if we can do 12 tracks in the next 30 minutes. All right, so track number 1, Inner Sandman up against Welcome to the Jungle. I mean, what a way to open an album on both parts. What a way to open an album. My personal pick is Welcome to the Jungle, of course. Welcome to the Jungle is one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs. It still has that same crazy energy that it had in '87. Sublime's pick for track 1 is Welcome to the Jungle as well. You guys feel free to pop your picks in down there. Oh, good to see you, Kiss Posters. Be sure to follow Kiss Posters on Instagram. Just look up Kiss Posters on Instagram, and got a really cool page. So be sure to follow Kiss Posters. So the loser with 19 points. The winner had 25 points. The loser has 19. The loser is Enter Sandman. The winner is Welcome to the Jungle. So, track number 2, Sad But True versus It's So Easy. 2 amazing follow-up songs to the first track. I remember the very first time I heard It's So Easy because Axl is in his high voice, in Welcome to the Jungle. And then he comes in on It's So Easy with this, I see your sister in a Sunday dress. And I thought it was somebody else in the band singing, but Axl just has an amazing range. Now, I do like on Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, that more people in the band sing. Duff sings on a few songs. Izzy sings on a few songs. So I really like that they brought in more. They had more singers rather than just Axl singing. Although I love Axl, I think Axl's a musical genius, and it's even more apparent on Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. So I'm looking forward to getting to those albums. But so between Sad But True and It's So Easy, I love both of these songs, but Sad But True is just an amazing song. So I went with Sad But True. And Sublime went with It's So Easy. So you'd think I would have went with It's So Easy, but Sad But True is just really good. I've always really liked that song. I think it's the drums in it that I've already really liked. And I love the way the drums sound on this album. Bob Rock engineered and produced this album, and he did an amazing job on the drum sounds. So the loser has 17 points. The winner has 27 points. The loser, It's So Easy, 17 points. Sad But True, 27 points. That ties it up. Is it going to be a knockout fight all the way to the end? We'll find out. Track number 3, Holier Than Thou versus Night Train. Holier Than Thou was the first track on the Black album that when I went back and revisited this album, I went, how does that go? I couldn't remember how it went. And now after listening to it on and off for about a couple weeks ago, I can't remember how it goes now. So my pick is Night Train. Night Train is an amazing song. Most of the songs on Welcome to the Jungle or Appetite for Destruction are amazing songs to me. So I went with Night Train. Sublime went with Night Train. And the panel picked the loser has 10 points. The winner has 34 points. So this is pretty definitive. I don't think it's not the biggest win, though, but it's close. But the loser, Holier Than Thou. The winner, Night Train. Night Train, 34 points. Holier Than Thou, 10. So track number 4, The Unforgiven versus Out to Get Me. And Out to Get Me is just one of those songs that I love this song from the very first time I heard it. And I remember that very first time I heard Axl go, "I'm fucking innocent." I was just like, oh man, this is so cool. Because he drops the F-bomb so much in this album. And I just loved it. The Unforgiven is a Metallica song I've never liked. I've never really been a fan of The Unforgiven. It's not, to me, it's not a Metallica song. It's a Bob Rock making Metallica do something that's commercial that'll sell and be a good single kind of song. And I've never really cared for Unforgiven. If you guys like it, that's great. You know, that's why we have different opinions, and I celebrate our differences of opinion. But I've never been a big fan of The Unforgiven. I don't even like The Unforgiven 2. I don't really like that one, even though it's heavier than Unforgiven. But I've never been big on it. So I went with Out to Get Me, and Sublime went with Out to Get Me. And this one, the loser has 22 points. The winner has 22 points. So it's a tie. It's a tie, and both of them will get a point. So Unforgiven 22, Out to Get Me 22. So both albums get a point. So that takes us to number 5, Wherever I May Roam. And I love Wherever I May Roam, but it's going up against Mr. Brownstone. And Mr. Brownstone is amazing. That starting off on that floor tom, that's just awesome. And I love playing Mr. Brownstone. I love playing most of the songs on the album except for one I really don't care to play. But Wherever I May Roam is one of those songs. I've got it on my playlist, my drive playlist for my car, that when me and my wife drive our Challenger and I'm wanting to go 80 miles down the road on a mountain, curvy mountain road, Wherever I May Roam is one of those songs because it's just got that drive to it. But I'm going to pick Mr. Brownstone, and Sublime picks Mr. Brownstone as well. The loser has 12 points. The winner has 32. So it's win by 20 points. The loser, Wherever I May Roam, with 12 points. Mr. Brownstone, 32 points. So we're halfway through the album. We're at track number 6. Don't Tread on Me versus Paradise City. Now, Paradise City is one of those songs that I'm almost a little burnout on. But God, it's so good, and it's just got that drum beat to it. You start playing it, and people are like, "Is that Paradise City?" That do plat, do plat, do plat. People know what you're playing. It's almost like playing the beginning of "Come On, Feel the Noise" or "Creatures of the Night." It's those opening drum tracks, those drum riffs, I call them. People know what they are. The beginning of "We're Not Going to Take It" from Twisted Sister. People know that one too. So we got Don't Tread on Me against Paradise City. I went with Paradise City. Sublime went with Paradise City. So far, Sublime has picked all off of Welcome to the Jungle. The loser has 11 points. The winner has 33. The loser is Don't Tread on Me. Paradise City has 33 points. The winner, Paradise City. So halfway in, the Black Album has 2 tracks, and Welcome to the or Appetite for Destruction has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks. So right now it's 5-2. Track number 7 is Through the Never versus My Michelle. And I love Through the Never. I love that that way it starts off, that crazy riff, and the way the drums come in. But it's going against My Michelle. And My Michelle is probably one of either my second or third favorite song off of Appetite for Destruction. So My Michelle is going to win this for me. But Through the Never wins this one for Sublime. Sublime went with Through the Never, but I went with My Michelle. You got to love a song that starts off with Your Daddy Works in Porno now that Mommy's not around. I mean, it's actual true story. And I mean, it's very autobiographical about a girl named Michelle. And I love that song. So what did the panel choose? Through the Never versus My Michelle. The loser has 14 points. The winner has 30. Through the Never has 14. My Michelle has 30 points. That brings us down to track number 8. Nothing Else Matters versus Think About You. Nothing Else Matters is another one of those songs, those Metallica songs that I really don't like. I'm not saying that Metallica can't do ballads, but when did Metallica start doing a ballad-esque type song? When did they start? They started on this album. And so I don't feel like Metallica sold out, because overall, except for a couple songs, the Black Album kicks ass. But I'm just not a big fan of Nothing Else Matters. But I love Think About You. I think About You is one of the songs on Appetite for Destruction that don't get a lot of love. But if you really listen to this song, it's very short. It's not that long, but it's got some really cool parts to it. And it's kind of the odd man out on the Appetite for Destruction album, but I love it. So Think About You is my pick. Think About You is Sublime's pick. And so the loser has 14 points. The winner has 30 points. Pretty commanding win. The loser, Think About You. The winner, Nothing Else Matters. The commercial single, the commercial hit, Nothing Else Matters wins. All right, so that brings us to number 9. And number 9 is Of Wolf and Man versus Sweet Child of Mine. And my pick on this one is Of Wolf and Man, because I've heard Sweet Child of Mine way too many times in my lifetime. And I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that Sweet Child of Mine is what this album is known for. It's basically known for, by the general populace, it's known for Welcome to the Jungle and Sweet Child of Mine. And I've heard Sweet Child of Mine way too many times. I'm not saying that I don't like it, but I've heard it way, way, way too many times. So I choose Of Wolf and Man, and Sublime chose Of Wolf and Man. The loser with 12 points is Of Wolf and Man. The winner, 32 points, Sweet Child of Mine. So the commercial song won. Got something in my eye, an eyeball. Track number 10 is The God That Failed versus You're Crazy off of Appetite. You're Crazy is my pick. You're Crazy is a crazy song. And, they slowed it down on GNR Lies. And I like that guitar, that acoustic groove version of it. But I love the sped up, high adrenaline, fast song that is on Appetite. So I picked You're Crazy, and Sublime went with You're Crazy. So the loser had 13 points. The winner had 31 points. The loser was The God That Failed with 13 points. You're Crazy, the winner, with 31 points. I saw somebody. I want to back up here on things. I love that you guys are putting in your picks. That is just so awesome. Sublime says Excuse me. You can count Fade to Black as a ballad, but it does pick up at the end. Yeah, even though Fade to Black has a Nothing Else Matters can go scratch too. AJ. AJ, I need to have you in a live video. I need to get you on a live one, man. I know y'all enjoy me and AJ and Matthew when we do in our heads, but I got to get AJ in a live video. What I'm planning on doing on one of my Wednesday night lives is I'm going to try to maybe try it out. Put the link in the comments where you guys can click on that link, and using your phone or using your tablet, you guys can come on the screen with me and we can kind of talk about some things. I can have up to 10 people in here, and I was thinking about doing that. And I don't know what you guys think. Just put in the comments there if any of you'd be interested in hopping in on one of these live things on Wednesday night. You can use a phone. You don't have to download anything. You can use an iPhone. You can use a tablet. You can use laptop. You just need headphones so we're not echoing and feeding back. And you need a microphone. So if you're going to use a phone or a tablet or something like that, you just need headphones and something to pick up your voice. So it'd be cool. It'd be cool to have some of you guys in here hanging out and putting in your comments in real time and saying things like that song can go scratch. That'd be real cool. So I don't know if I said, but the God That Failed had 13 points. You're Crazy had 31. So that brings us to track number 11. My friend of Misery versus Anything Goes. My way, your way, anything goes tonight. I love that song. It's a great song, and so it's my pick. It is Sublime's pick as well. It's a great song, and I remember My Friend of Misery, but it's not going to be Anything Goes. To me, it's not. So the loser had 17 points. The winner has 27 points. So the loser is My Friend Misery. My Friend of Misery, and the winner is Anything Goes. I have a very greasy nose tonight. My glasses just will not stay up. Ah, adult problems. Track number 12, The Struggle Within versus Rocket Queen, my favorite song off of the Appetite for Destruction album. It's Rocket Queen, Welcome to the Jungle, and My Michelle. Those are my three favorite songs off of Rocket Queen of Appetite. So, The Struggle Within versus Rocket Queen. My pick's Rocket Queen any day. I'd pick Rocket Queen off over any song on the Black Album. And Sublime's pick is Rocket Queen as well. I'm seeing the picks go up through here. Rocket Queen, Rocket Queen, Rocket Queen. I love how Rocket Queen starts. It starts with that powerful snare hit and that drum beat. And I love how it changes halfway through it and goes into that outro of it. I think it's just great. It's a great song, great, amazing song. And this is the biggest win on the album. This is the biggest win. The loser has 9 points. The winner has 35 points. It's the biggest win. Struggle Within, 9 points. Rocket Queen, 35 points. So that brings the total 10-3. 10-3, Guns N' Roses wins. And as far as the satisfaction rating, I'll call it, the satisfaction rating, 81% of you enjoyed this matchup. 81% enjoyed this matchup. So I appreciate you guys putting in on it. So let's go ahead and let's pick the next one. So Sublime, are you still in? You still in with us? We got the requests, beer caps. So Sublime, I'm going to have you pick a hand in a minute. You go ahead and pick one. Go ahead and pick either left or right. Go ahead and pick. I'm going to go ahead and grab one out. dig way to the bottom. There's some kind of compacted on the bottom here. I'm going to dig way to the bottom. All right, so there's that one. I'm holding it right here. I'm going to go down here and get another one. And there's one here. All right. So I have, this is my left hand, and this is my right hand. Left, right. So left hand has a ring on it. So, which hand, Sublime, left or right? Keeping them up on the screen so we don't have that same debacle we had last time. Right hand. All right. So this is my right hand. So we're going to see what was in this one. This one will go back in the bucket. This was from Eddie Thompson. This is going to be a good one. But this one will go back in the bucket. Invasion of Your Privacy from Rat versus Cinderella's Night Songs. That came from Eddie Thompson. So that's going to go back in the bucket. So we got the right hand here. This is oh man, this is going to be interesting. Tom Dust. Y'all remember Tom Dust? He used to be in here a lot. Tom Dust. Carnival of Souls. Carnival of Souls versus Generation Swine. If you take away Shout 97, it makes it 12-12. 12 tracks against 12 tracks. Carnival of Souls versus Generation Swine. 12 tracks to 12 tracks. And I tell you what, I love Carnival of Souls. And I cannot tell you the last time I listened to Generation Swine. So that is going to be very interesting right there. Tom Dust, Carnival of Souls versus Generation Swine. Roger Bennett says, clean sweep for Kiss. We will see. We will see. Let's see. So we got about 10 minutes. So thank you for everybody for playing along. Generation Swine wins. And Sublime says, yike, I don't like either albums. This will be interesting. Got about 10 minutes before we check out. Does anybody want to try to jump in with me on this one just to try to test out your phone, or anybody camera ready? AJ, are you camera ready? Anybody want to jump in and test out, see what you'd look like on the screen here with me? If you do, I'm going to put a link. Don't click on that link unless you want to come in. Well, I mean, you don't just come in. I have to let you in. But I'm going to try this. I don't know if I saw AJ. He just said, and I don't know if he's camera ready. He might not have his shirt on. But let's see. I'm going to put this link in. And that link, I don't know if you can click on that link or if you need to copy it, paste it. But we got a few minutes here. See if somebody wants to, see if somebody has a question. Somebody wants to jump in with me. I'll see you when you do. And other than that, I'm just going to talk about, what we got coming up. Roger's in his boxers. We're going to talk about what we got coming up. So coming up tomorrow, I'm going to be releasing my Bat Out of Hell review, an homage to Mr. Meatloaf himself. Next Wednesday night is going to be the results for Lick It Up and Kiss, Lick It Up, and AC/DC. And I don't have the thing for it, but the Wednesday after is going to be Ozzy, Blizzard of Oz versus Diary of a Madman. And don't forget to go and check out creaturesfest.com. Check out creaturesfest.com to see if if that interests you. If you want to go to that, it's May 27th to the 29th in Nashville. I will not be there because I'll be on a cruise. But this is who's going to be playing: Ace Frehley, Vinnie Vincent, Bruce Kulick, and those other bands, Enough's Enough, and Vixen, and Quiet Riot, and Trickster, and John Corabi, and Pretty Boy Floyd, Electric Boys with Electric Toys. I love that album. And here's, you can't really see it very well, but day passes are like $75, and I can't make out what those are. But you can do day passes for $75. You can go to creaturesfest.com and see. And then here's their some of the meet and greets. This is not only the only meet and greet packages they have. They have more. But you can, there's the Ace Frehley and Vinnie Vincent and Bruce Kulick meet and greets there. So you can check that out, and you can see all of that on at creaturesfest.com. From what I know, the hotel's already sold out. So if you go to the website, I think you can get on a mailing list. And like I said, they're not endorsing me. They're not. I just think that's three great. I mean, it's Ace, it's Vinny, it's Bruce. Three people who are instrumental in Kiss. Three guitarists who were instrumental in Kiss. So I think it's worth promoting. There's also I had a brain fart for a second. My brain just went dead. There's also Rockin' Pod that's coming up in August, and I'll be talking more about that. That I'm going to be going to that, and love to see some of you guys there if y'all actually manage to make it. Be sure to check out my Patreon down there, and also click on the Amazon links. The Amazon links, if you set it as your link to get to, set it in your toolbar or bookmark it or whatever. It helps to support the channel, and you don't pay anything extra or nothing like that. So let's see. Jersey Joe wants to see me do some drumming. Oh, AJ's gonna save his material for In Our Heads. I see you. Jersey Joe, I am gonna do some drumming. I'll be honest with you, I've been shaking off the rust, and but I have been doing some drumming. I'm working on a video of me putting my drum set together. Oh, okay, yeah, AJ. So AJ is going to join me next week for Lick It Up. He'll jump in on the Lick It Up one, and I might put the link there for Lick It Up. Also, I might put it in where other people can join in as well. But yeah, so the drum set's right here for those of you who have seen it, hadn't seen it. The drum set's right here beside me. I mean, I'm literally, here's my hand where I'm setting at. So drum set's right here is the cymbal, and here's the toms, and then there's the snare and the floor tom and the hi-hats kind of over here, and then there's another cymbal here, and then there's the module that's kind of over here. You can't really see it. But yeah. Oh, crock shot. So anyway, y'all can see my lap. Did y'all see that? You can see my lap because I'm losing weight up to almost about 60 pounds now. So yeah. So I'm working on some drum covers, and just getting the dexterity back. It had been 5 years since I played before I got this kit. So I'm going to be working on that. I know what you're talking about, that Roger Bennett, that I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that beginning of Wild and the Young. I'll be doing some stuff. I might do a live thing one night. I'm going to have to get real good, but I might do a live thing one night where I let you guys do requests. But y'all be some jackasses in there requesting some Tom Sawyer and stuff like that. So I don't know. Let's see. So we got a couple more minutes before I log off, and I just want to say thank you for all of you who have supported me on Patreon. For those who support me by being here and watching videos and watching my videos, watching my backlog. Nick from Zero Zero Stang has been he has been keeping up with me. He's I don't know where he's at. I think he was talking to me today about he had just watched when I did a live review of Symphony, and that kind of made me think back. I was like, wow, that was so long ago. Um, but yeah, so I appreciate everybody that's been watching. Appreciate everybody that's going to my Amazon link and clicking on that. Just that little bit helps. Every little bit helps. $1 here, $2 here adds up to $25 that pays the StreamYard, and so yeah, it just adds up. So I really appreciate it, and Sublime, thank you. Thanks for being the guest, and picking which hand I pick out of. Um, Any truth to the rumor that for every 20 pounds you lose, you gain an inch on your schmeckle? Not quite an inch, but I told somebody the other day. I told one of my friends. I said, I've lost 8 pounds on my waist and gained 2 pounds on the South Pole, or lost. I lost. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I lost 8 inches on my waist and gained 2 inches on the South Pole. Not pounds, but lost 8, gained 2. But yeah, so there's a little truth to it. I had a lot of padding. There's a little truth. TMI, I know. Anyway, guys and gals, I really appreciate you, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go have a good rest of your week, and be on the lookout for Meatloaf tomorrow, and be on the lookout for the Paul Stanley lip sync video. I decided to do it. So Paul Stanley lip sync video will be out on Friday. I got him this time. Got him good. Can't wait for you guys to see it. And be in the comments with the naysayers. It's going to be like, oh, I'd like to see you do that. I'd like to see Paul Stanley do my job. Let him program network switches and work on government equipment, networking equipment for a living. Let him do that. Anyway, I appreciate you guys, and be on the lookout for those videos and interact down in the comments. Thumbs up, subscribe, Amazon links, Patreon links, all that stuff to help out. Appreciate every one of you, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.